What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. As you can tell from the title of this video, today we are doing a first impression review of the new Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin foundation. I am so excited. I'm gonna open this package. This has never been opened. You're gonna get my full, raw, real-time reaction of what I think about this foundation. I'm so excited to try it because you guys know I'm a huge Charlotte fan as it is. So whenever she drops a new product, I'm like, give it to me, especially foundations. I'm such a foundation junkie. So if you are new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. New beauty videos every Wednesday, new vlogs every Sunday. And if you are not new, welcome back fam. Let's jump right in. I'm very excited. As soon as I got this, I was like, I need to sit down and film because I'm dying to try it out. I cannot wait, but I waited. I was like, no, you need to sit down and film. You can't just open it and do this and have the reaction on your own. You need to share the information with the people. So, Beautiful Skin foundation, here it is. I'm gonna open up the package. I got the shade 4 Neutral. I have neutral undertones, so I usually go for something neutral, not warm, not cool. Here is the packaging. It's beautiful, of course. Here's the front of the packaging. So I'll tell you what it says. It says, skin looks more radiant by up to 285%. I wanna know where they got that percentage. Like, what a wild percentage. Long lasting, pollution defense, which is so good. It says science plus color for your best healthy looking skin every day. Other claims, undetectable coverage, improves the look of skin with each wear. Oh, so this is skincare and foundation. I'm hyped. It says it's medium coverage, light as air, has hyaluronic acid, so that's gonna moisturize, brightening, rose complex, hell yes. Skin looks more beautiful instantly and over time. Oh my God, everything right now, everything it's telling me I'm excited about. Boost hydration. You guys know I'm a dry bee by up to 166%. Again, I don't know where these percentages come from, but I love it. Skin looks plumper and smoother, and skin tone looks more even. Those are all the things I think that anyone wants from their skin, but I feel like rarely a foundation claims to do all this. Over 90% of users agree it minimizes your pores and the appearance of pigmentation in dark spots. Skin appears instantly brighter. Let's find out. I'm sick of waiting. All right, I'm gonna just kind of shake it up in case the formula is, you know, settled at all, but honestly, it doesn't feel like it's really shakeable. Here we go. So it's a little pump, which I love a pump. I think I love a pump more than a doe foot, if you know what I'm talking about. I'm going to first, because this is how I normally wear all my foundation, is I'll put on my Hollywood Flawless filter first. So I have moisturized with my Ultra Repair Cream from First Aid Beauty, and now I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna do a ton of this because I don't want it to like really change the way the foundation looks, acts, feels. But like I said, this is my usual base because I just love having like a very radiant, you know, base. I just realized I forgot to wet my beauty sponge. So I'm gonna go do that really quick. How good is that product, by the way? That's not what this video is about. Okay, we're back. I'm so hoping that this is a shade match, you guys. I did my best, but honestly, at first glance, it looks really good. All right, so I'm gonna do a little bit on the back of my hand. I'm gonna make sure you guys can see this. Obviously, this is a new foundation, so it takes a minute. Here we go. There's the consistency. Did like 2.5 pumps. It looks creamy, yet like not thick. Like it's kind of dripping a little, which I like. That means it's gonna feel pretty light on the skin. All right, using my sponge, I feel that this is the best way to get like a flawless foundation application. So I feel like that's the fairest way to judge it. I'm just gonna start bouncing this onto the skin. All right, shade match is freaking perfection, which when I bought this foundation, there's actually a little shade match quiz that I took that told me 4N would be the best shade for me. So I can confirm that that shade match quiz is accurate. Look at that, you guys. Okay, a lot to unpack here. First of all, I need a little more. It's blending out beautifully. I can't get over how perfect the shade is. That shade, all right, I'm gonna do like 1.5 more pumps. I just want to give myself, so yeah, I would agree medium coverage, which is nice because I can kind of see my skin through it, but I want to now focus on the areas where I have a little bit more redness and texture and just kind of go over that with a little bit more. My immediate first impression is, wow, I'm so happy with, I'm throwing my sponge, I'm so happy with everything. It's beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. What do you guys think? What's your first impression of me putting this on? Like, do you agree that this looks amazing? I'm gonna bring it down my neck, just because my neck is slightly lighter, but it feels extremely light. I totally agree. It feels like it's like dewy and hydrating as well. It's not one of those foundations where you put it on and you're like, oh my God, my skin is perfect. Like any imperfection I ever had is gone. It's not gonna be like you know those Il Maquillage ads for that foundation? That's a super thick foundation, full coverage. This is definitely more medium, which I tend to like a little bit better, to be honest. So I'm not saying that to like tell you I don't like it, because it looks beautifully natural, but I can still see like I have a little texture here. Like that's not totally gone. My skin is completely evened out. It feels like very, very light, very natural on the skin. I feel really good about it. I guess I don't really know what else to say because I just feel like, yes, it's a yes. Do you guys have questions about it? I want to put on more product, you know, like my standard concealer, a little cream bronzer, that sort of thing, maybe a little setting powder, and just see how it goes. So let's keep rolling through. I'll do exactly what I would normally do. So I would do my Nude Sticks concealer, which we'll just do a little bit of this. I can't really give a review on a foundation without putting stuff on top of it, because I would never just use the foundation by itself. I would always, you know, do other products. So we're gonna do a little of that. Then I'm gonna grab my Dibs, as always, and we'll just add a little cream bronze, because you wanna make sure like the foundation doesn't move really under, like once you start adding stuff on top of it, and it doesn't like, I'm gonna make sure it doesn't look like, you know, patchy when you start adding powder. So I'm gonna add creams, powders, everything for you guys. We need blush, staying in my Dibs. So that shade was Out of Office. No, that shade was Mood Boost, and this is Out of Office for blush. Those are my two favorites that I've been using from Dibs. And I think I'm just going to hit my face with my Continuous Setting Mist from Morphe. You guys have seen this all before, right? This is my standard stitch. So I'm gonna blend out the concealer first. Beautiful. I feel like things are blending really easily right on top, which is nice. I almost feel like all these products are kind of enhancing the foundation. Like I'm loving the foundation even more right now. We're obviously just adding dimension to the face. So I like to do like all the light stuff. So all the concealer first, and then I will go for the contour and the blush, just so I'm not like mixing things together. But you can be pretty like nonchalant about this, in my opinion. You can kind of just like do your thing. The sponge really does all the work for you. Yeah, what do you think? Like, I feel like my skin looks really good. I feel like my skin looks a little lighter on camera than it does in person. But regardless, the shade, guys, it's stunning. My skin just looks extremely healthy. That's what every time I look in the mirror, I keep thinking like, wow, my skin looks healthy. It doesn't look like overly glowy, overly dewy, it's not matte. It just looks like healthy skin. Now I'm gonna add a teeny bit of setting powder. I'll probably use my Charlotte, because let's just keep it in the fam, right? I don't wanna use a lot of this because it's just not necessary. Which is another thing I really like about this foundation so far. It doesn't seem like I said, dewy where I need to set my face, but I do wanna add a little powder on top in case, you know, my oily girls who need powder. I wanna make sure this is still gonna work well for you. I mean, I'm not oily, so keep that in mind, but I'll do a little under the eye just to set that, which I feel like that looks beautiful. Let's do a little on the forehead. This is mostly where I get shiny. And then the chin. It's taking powder very well, though I don't feel like it needs powder, so that's a double check for me. Check. We don't need powder, but we can put powder on top of it. Let's do our bronzer. I'm also gonna do Charlotte, because this is like the only bronzer I've been using for the last 6 months. I feel like this is all I've been using, is the Charlotte bronzer in 2. A good bronzer brush. I'll just use this little guy. Yes, honey. Woo, that's going on smooth. Wow, that's going on smoother than I feel like it usually does. Okay, so I wanna compare this to Dior Air Flash only because that's the last foundation that I reviewed on my channel. If you haven't checked that video out, do it. And I adore that foundation. This feels like a little less coverage, not in a bad way. It's just not as full coverage. Like, I feel like you can build the Dior Flash to be like insanely full coverage. But they both feel very light on the skin where it's like, you can't really feel them. And I don't feel like they're gonna transfer, which is nice. So comparable in that way. Also, like, if the ingredients of this one are better because it's like skincare too, that could sway me to like recommend this one over the other. I also think this price might be better. Actually, it definitely is. The Dior Air Flash is like $62, and I feel like the Charlotte one was only like $40. I'll double check that and put it on screen just so we can compare pricing. All right, let me just do my brows, little brow gel. And then I think the only other face product I would use would be my Hourglass palette. So let's grab my Hourglass palette and I'll add a little bit of blush and a little bit of that ambient powder I always use. I mean, it's insanely smooth application of powder on top, which I feel like is so rare with a foundation, especially when I haven't set with a ton of powder. Like, don't you see, like, that's a very like smooth, flawless application of powder. And then last but not least, this guy, just to finish. Gorgeous. I cannot say anything negative about this foundation. All right, guys, I think I'm just gonna pop a little mascara, little lip product on top, and then I'll come back and show you the final look and I'll give you like my final review. Okay, we're back. I forgot to set though. So I like to set after I've done my creams before I blend them, and then also just at the very end. Just feel like it melts everything together and makes everything last for a really long time. So let me give you my final review. As you can see, this is a beautiful foundation. I really didn't expect any less. I think I would have been upset if I didn't love it and wasn't obsessed with it like I am most Charlotte products. I know I mentioned that I was comparing it a little bit to my Dior Air Flash, but what I really want to compare it to is the Airbrush Flawless Foundation from Charlotte. I feel like that's a little bit of a better comparison in case you're deciding between the two. And I like this foundation a lot more than that one. I do like that one. It's just a little thicker. It's definitely more full coverage. So if you want like a super full coverage foundation, you may like that one more. But this one to me, on my type of skin, which is like normal to dry, but also I'm like kind of combination, except in the winter. I'm definitely more dry in the winter. But for my type of skin, it went on stunningly. It is stunning. It went on beautifully. It went on so easily. I never felt like, oh, you can see some of the dry skin I have. I feel like it did hydrate my skin a little bit more. I love the finish of it. It feels like almost like a velvety finish. I'm just like trying to like look at my skin so I can really like explain it to you as I'm going. It feels very beautiful, very natural. You can definitely build it up though to be more full coverage. This is like, I would say medium to full coverage with all the other products I did on top. This is 100% approved by me. I think you guys are gonna love it, especially my OGs that have been with me for a long time and have seen me test out so many foundations. This is definitely gonna be high up in my rotation of foundations. I think what I'm gonna do next is wear this, do a little wear test in the vlog this week. So make sure you watch Sunday's vlog for a full wear test of this. I'll put it on in the morning, maybe tomorrow, and then I'll wear it all day. And then I'll report of like how it wore, if I feel like, you know, maybe things affected it or changed it, or if it lasted all day beautifully. Check out that video. It'll be up on Sunday for the wear test. But let me know if you guys want anything else, any other information about this foundation. But truly, I feel amazing about it. It's 100% approved by me. I think you guys are gonna love it. Really, really good. Again, I'm wearing the shade 4 Neutral. Couldn't have been a better shade match. I don't know if I've ever bought a foundation without being in the store, without getting shade matched by someone, where I felt like it's been this amazing of a shade match. That's it, guys. That's the full looky doodle. Maybe I'll come up close and give you a closer look, but that's it. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on Sunday. Mwah! Bye.